So in today's video, I'm spending some time outside, but I'm going to do a long-awaited video, even on my behalf. I have wanted to do this video for so long. Because your natural hair journey is going to be unique. I pretty much decided to approach this video with 3 different aspects. These are some of the main things I would recommend you focus on, which is why I went natural. So essentially, I went natural because, truth be told, I had a very, very negative perception about what it meant to have natural hair. I genuinely believe that the finer your hair texture, the straighter your hair texture, the better your hair texture. I felt like black hair texture, or not even black hair texture, just thicker, coarser hair textures weren't deemed as good hair like mine. They weren't deemed pretty, and I just kind of wanted to see for myself. Growing up, I got a perm because honestly my hair still grew, but I wanted to see what I looked like. I started this journey probably when I was 15 in the 10th grade, and I started it by simply growing out my perm. So I didn't do the big chop or anything like that. I just kept growing my hair out. And I'm going to be honest with you, what really drove me to wanting to be natural was finding more ways to connect to my unique identity. I wanted to know what made me special, some things that couldn't be taken away from me, and embrace that. And I knew that my hair was one of those things that I'd never given a chance, and I was going to from that moment forward. So 15 years, I'm now over 10 years in the natural hair game. So I think, you have to have a big why when you decide to go natural. The why could be anything for you. For me, it was I really wanted to connect further into my identity, and it was just one thing that I didn't necessarily have to go outside of myself to do. So moving from that step forward, I also had to embrace that. And I did a few specific things to keep me in the right headspace. For one, I watched a lot of different natural hair videos, and I followed a lot of other people on their journey. And along that process, I realized that everybody's hair is different. And I knew that meant I had to embrace my own quite as much. So nonetheless, I think that you should use the resources made available to you, because there's a lot, but then also be open to all the different ways that you can use those resources and don't get stuck on one thing or another. Just kind of keep an open mind. Now, along with keeping an open mind, you have to be consistent. I think that's one of the main things that helped me out along the way, because the more consistent you are, the more dedicated you are to seeing what your natural hair looks like in all states, the more you're actually going to learn about it and actually be able to appreciate it. And when it comes to appreciating your natural hair, you genuinely have to trust the process. It's not something that you're going to understand overnight. I mean, there's a lot of information out there, so many different products that you just don't know what to choose from, and that's why you just kind of have to be open to it. Not to mention, being a natural hair chick for most of us is kind of a new age thing. So there's not as much information out there. We're all kind of experimenting and trying to find what works for us. So just be patient with yourself. Took great care of my hair when I was growing up, so I had a good understanding of what my hair needed, whether permed or not, for it to flourish and for it to grow. The thicker your hair, the more moisture you're going to need. The information is out there, and that's just what I'm trying to say. The information is out there, so educate yourselves. Be willing to try different things and to give your hair a chance. One thing I also learned as I was trusting my process and just going through the motions of having natural hair is that your hair responds to how you feel, what you eat, what you digest, your stress levels. When you're really, really, really dehydrated and stressed, your hair is a lot drier and brittle, and it will break off. But when you are in a really good mental headspace and you're drinking a lot of water, you're eating a lot of fruits and a lot of vegetables, your hair will respond great to that. I like to think of my hair as my crown, and I think that everyone has a crown. So I always inspire people to embrace that crown in its fullness. It doesn't mean that you have to grow your hair out forever and ever and ever, or whatever the case may be, but I just feel like everyone should have the beauty and the freedom of being confident with what you were naturally given. And that's just what I try to embody when it comes to wearing my natural hair, but that doesn't mean that I'm against wigs or wearing your hair straight or anything like that. Whatever makes you happy, do that, but that's just something that I have learned along the way. Like I said, I'm over 10 years in this game. Now, my most important advice to anyone who is looking to be a naturalista, like I said, I started here with my hair straight. Now my hair straight, you guys, I'm getting close to bra strapping, if not already there with my hair straight. So yeah, as you can see, I have a lot of growth to the point where now I like wearing my hair out even more because I have more length. And I embrace the shrinkage, because if you have curls, you're gonna have shrinkage. There are things and products and methods that you can use to minimize, but the key word is minimize. You cannot eliminate shrinkage with hair that is meant to spiral up. So just embrace that, okay? But yeah, like, my main advice is to just stay the course. Be consistent. Don't compare your hair to anybody else's. Learn your hair for you and figure out what ways you like to wear your hair where you feel most confident. You know, it's just about you. And I just encourage you to keep going, keep going, keep going. My natural hair journey is still in effect. I don't think it will ever stop. I think I will constantly be continuing to foster the embracing of my natural hair and different styles and the products that work, and balancing protective styling with all that. But if you want a more in-depth video, maybe my wash and go video, different protective styles that I did do, like bantu knots and twist outs and braid outs when I was earlier in my process, before I even started doing the curly girl method and wearing my hair just as is with a little bit of gel and stuff, definitely comment down below and like this video. I would love to answer even more specific questions for you guys. I'm gonna apply or input some videos and pictures on this video so that you guys can just kind of see where I started, where I'm at, and even some of the places where I kind of had to start again, and just the whole nine. So definitely comment down below. Let me know what else you guys would like to learn. Everybody's journey is different, but that doesn't mean that you can't learn from somebody else's. Like I said, I used the resources that were made out there, made available to me, and that helped me stay inspired, that helped me stay informed, and even to this day, I still do the same thing. So thank y'all so much for watching this video. Keep being you, keep being great, keep grinding, and keep shining, because you already know that's the only way.